So this is my third attempt in filming this video for you guys. Apparently we learned that when you leave my camera alone for a while, it shuts off on its own whether I'm still talking or not. Great. So I have a very large Christmas book haul to get through, but since my camera doesn't like me to talk for too long, I guess I'm just going to split them up into like 5 each because I have 10 books here in a stack that you can't see off screen. So I'm going to do 5 books, and then tomorrow I'll shoot another video for you guys doing the other 5. Which I guess that's kind of good because after a while you're really tired of talking. I mean, that's a lot of books to talk about. But before I start on the book tower itself, I'm going to tell you guys what was my favorite book of 2015 that I read and what was my least favorite book of 2015 that I read. Now, I'm a member of Goodreads, and they do this nifty thing at the end of the year where they tell you how many books you read in 2015 and what's your longest book you read, what's your shortest book you read, and, you know, what's the highest you rated, what's the lowest you rated. Well, I read a total of 27 books, and my most favorite book of the year is actually kind of funny and ironic in a way because it was the very first book I read in 2015, and it was all the way back in January 2015, so it was exactly a year from right now, was The Virgin Suicides. I can't pronounce this author's last name, and I don't have a physical copy because it's on my Kindle, so I'm just going to say his first name is Jeffrey, and this is a beautiful, gorgeous book. It's wonderful. I loved every page of it. I didn't care that the chapters were long and kind of exhausting. It was so wonderful. And the movie, directed by Sofia Coppola, is actually really good as well. I enjoyed it. And if you've ever wanted to check out this movie or the book, you know, really do it because it was so good. And, oh my goodness, the book I hated that I read this year, a lot of people are going to give me some flack for this. But I absolutely despised Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I read the whole thing, so I read the whole big volume of it on my Kindle. And I did not stop. I did not just stop because I hated it. I read the whole thing by Douglas Adams. And I love science fiction novels, but I guess I want my science fiction to be more serious. And this one really was heavy on the humor, and I couldn't follow it half the time. I guess I'm dumb. But I just really didn't like it, and I wouldn't read it again. In fact, I deleted it. But, you know, if you like stuff like that, a lot of humor in your novel, really give it a shot. Like, I would never, even though I didn't like it, I would never tell anyone not to read it. Because books, you should always read. But I didn't like it, and, you know, I wouldn't read it again. But that was my least favorite book of 2015. I also read The Fountainhead, which I didn't particularly enjoy that much, but I still liked it better than Hitchhiker's Guide. So I don't know what that says about me. But moving on to my book tower. My first book I'm going to show you guys is Rules for a Night by Ethan Hawke. And if you don't know who Ethan Hawke is, you should, because not only does he write books, he's written 3 in total. I have all 3 of them. This completes it now. He's also a famous actor. In fact, you'll probably know him more for his movies. He was in Reality Bites. That's a movie that came out in 1995, I want to say. His more recent movies are like Daybreakers, the Before trilogy. If you've seen the newest one, which is After Sunset. And the one everybody's been talking about is Boyhood because it was nominated for a whole bunch of Oscars last year. And he was really good in that. He played the dad, the smoking hot dad. I've had a huge crush on Ethan Hawke since I was a kid. And I wish he would marry me. I know that's never going to happen because he's already married, but I love him so much. I have all 3 of the books. This is the newest one that just came out recently. He's still doing book tours for it right now. I haven't read any of them yet. You guys are going to laugh because I love them so much and I haven't read them yet. But basically when I buy a book, if it's books that I really, really like, I hoard them until all the books that I'm not as excited about. And I just wait to read them and wait because I want to hold them off for last. It's just something I do. But like I said, this is the book and it's by Ethan Hawke. And if you like his movies, you should probably check out his book as well. Because not a lot of people know he's written books, which is kind of funny. But moving right along. This is a book I actually got from my fiance's parents, and it's called The Plague Dogs by Richard Adams. And tread lightly if you decide to read this book, because it's very depressing. In fact, most of Richard Adams' books I think are depressing. But it's about animal testing, and it's about the hard lives that these dogs that escape have to endure when they escape from the lab. And I actually saw the movie because I'm a big film nerd, and I wanted to read the actual novel it's based off of. So I actually didn't know that my fiance's parents were going to get me this because I asked for the other book that I have next coming in the pile, and they actually bought this with it. So I was extremely excited when I saw this because I opened the box and saw this first, and I wasn't expecting it. So I kind of screamed. But, you know, it was worth it. And the book I really asked them for was another Richard Adams book. In fact, more people are probably familiar with this one, is Watership Down. Now, when I was little, I saw the movie that I really shouldn't have seen, but, parents don't know because we're not from the UK where the movie was shot. And all my dad saw on Blockbuster was, ooh, fuzzy bunnies. My daughter might like this little cartoon. And when we sat down to watch it, it has a lot of bunny death. And my dad was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I'm kind of freaking out in the corner. But I really liked this. Now that I'm older and I rewatched it, I'm a lot more into gore and horror than I was. I really did like the film. It's not really a horror movie. I mean, it'll scare you because it's real. It shows what these bunnies have to go to escape the environment that they're put in. And like I said, when I was a kid, I was a fraidy cat and I was really scared of horror movies. But now I'm like a horror and gore junkie. But you still can't get me to watch the Chucky movies because I'm terrified of that little doll. I can watch The Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky because I love Jennifer Tilly. I kind of have a lady crush on her and she's just awesome in general. But I did see the most recent one because my fiance practically forced me to watch it. And it's The Curse of Chucky. And I actually really liked it because it was really well written and well put together and well shot. And also I like that the main girl in the movie was handicapped, like disabled like me. And I'm like, hey, that's something you don't see in horror movies a lot. And it was also Bride Drift's daughter, so that was cool to see his daughter acting. But like I said, this is Watership Down. I know I'm getting off topic, but that's what the cover looks like. Tread lightly. Another kind of depressing book, but if you want to read it, go for it. Okay, then I have Under the Volcano by Malcolm Lowry. I got this book because I always wanted to read it. It's on the 1001 books to read before you die list, and I have another book that's unrelated to this one. It was referenced, so I was curious, and a lot of people tell me this would be up in my alley because I like Hunter S. Thompson a lot. So I bought my own copy with the gift card that my dad gave me for Books A Million. Actually, this is the second book I have on from my dad's card. The first one was the Ethan Hawke book, so I can't wait to read this one. And then the last book I'm going to talk about today is Cool Crown by Victoria Aveyard. I can't say last names. Aveyard. But this is the prequel to Red Queen. And I do have Red Queen in my Christmas haul. I'll get to that in tomorrow's video. But I actually did not buy this with any money for Christmas. I didn't get it from a friend. I just went out and got this myself, and I pre-ordered it because Amazon was getting pre-orders. I guess it's not available for the Kindle yet because I wanted to get it from my Kindle. But this book, they had it for pre-order, and it just came out yesterday. I actually just got this yesterday. I'm not kidding. And it's just 3 little stories that kind of tell the story before Red Queen. So I wanted to get this book to read it before I start Red Queen. And as you can see, it's a very quick read. I'll probably get it done in no time. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. And look at that cover. The covers for this series is just so amazing. Like, I'm going to show you all Red Queen in tomorrow's video. So you guys will be really excited about that probably because, I mean, it's very similar. The themes are similar, the red and silver, and they just look breathtakingly beautiful with these covers. But anyway, that's all the books I'm going to talk about today since I have a cruddy camera that doesn't record very well. I'm still getting through Dreamcatcher, so you will get a book review soon. I'm just not enjoying it as much as I thought I would, so it's going to take a while for me to get through it. But I'm more than halfway through it. In fact, I'm closing in on the end. So give me another week or two, and I should have another book review up for you guys. But until then, I'll have another book haul video for you guys tomorrow. And, whatever else might come up, whenever I get ideas, I'll be filming. So that's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's part 2 of the book haul. Bye!